I have not been honest. I have tried to talk about this over and over, rehearsing the words in my mind, always focusing on excuses that are not real. It wasn't the right person. It wasn't the right time. I was already with someone. The fact is, I was scared. I first knew I was bisexual when I was a child. At 6 years old, a friend who presented more masculine than feminine gave me pictures of naked ladies in the playground of our Christian school. I hid those pictures in a special chest of drawers. Eventually, I felt such shame over those pictures. The fact that I wanted to look at them. In tears, I gave them to my mother, told her my friend forced them upon me. I lied. There were other incidents, attractions. In every situation, I lied to myself. I was going to every bar in Boys Town, the queer neighborhood in Chicago. I told myself, it's because the music's better. And it was, but that wasn't the only reason. I felt safer in gay clubs, accepted. I rejected any boy who put me in a feminine box. And my eyes lingered on girls, later women. I told myself, it's because I like their style. I pretended I didn't like hetero porn because it was too violent. And it was, and is. But I rarely looked for pictures of naked men. I preferred the sleek Calvin Klein ads I had pinned to my wall. I did and do like men, but I was clearly different. Confused, searching. Sometimes I'm still confused. Writing helps. When I wrote my first screenplay, it was about two girls who were devastated when one had to move away from the other. I told myself, it's about friendship, and it was. But I also knew it was about intimate love and loss. In my deepest center, you can see the truth and fear. Fear that if I admitted I was bisexual, I would lose.
Everything?
Everything. My parents already ostracized me because I was a feminist punk. And I played music that hurt their ears so much they didn't bother to learn the lyrics were literally what they themselves said every night at the kitchen table. My brothers hated me because I was a girl. Most of the families at church shunned me because of my ripped clothes, and most of the kids at school were afraid of me. My closest friends, they accepted aspects of me. But sometimes even they would say homophobic things. If I admitted to them I was bisexual, wouldn't I lose them too? I buried it so deep. I didn't even think there was anything to admit. I lost myself and found myself in culture. I can recite any John Waters or Gregoraki film. I know every scene in The Hunger and every song in Yentl by heart. It isn't until now, at nearly 50 years old, it isn't until now in a hetero-queer marriage, it isn't until now, one parent dead, the other too old to maybe understand. It isn't until now, tenured, and for the most part economically stable. It isn't until now I can allow myself to finally see why I was always in queer spaces. It isn't until now I finally feel safe enough to admit why. I am bisexual. Now the shame has changed. Now I'm ashamed I didn't have the ovaries to admit it sooner. To brave the ultimate rejection, the ultimate danger, that of death. You think I'm lying? So many of us admit these truths, and we are completely rejected by our families. We die homeless, on drugs, worse. These dangers impact Black and Latinx women the most. Women like me. I wanted to live, so I hid. And I'm sorry for that. But I don't know who I'm apologizing to. Myself. Yes, I'm sorry. 6-year-old Grisel, who felt dirty. I'm sorry, punk teenage rebel Grisel, who, let's face it, wanted a girlfriend. I'm sorry, adult Grisel, who was homeless in New York City. I'm sorry you ever felt you had to hide yourself from yourself. Now, I go to pride events. I bought 2 flags, the original one and one specifically for bisexual folks, okay? There's this one event I went to. Oh my God, it featured Nina Flowers, La Latina Puertorriqueña from the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh my God, she was DJing. I saw a former student there. It was a wonderful moment. She was there with her girlfriend. They were happy to see me. And then a hater came into the room, started spewing nasty things in the chat, calling us all crazy. Everyone answered with so much love, they drown out the hate. But you know, it's funny, I could tell that the hater was lonely. I mean, he wanted to be there, but he didn't know why. He couldn't just enjoy it. So he had to hate? Imagine how long it will take him to realize who he is, if ever. It's never too late. I mean, it can be. You don't want to die never having been honest with yourself. But as long as you have life, it is never too late. Don't hate yourself or anyone else. Love yourself now. You deserve